This is Etheria restart, the end of the second week. In fact, almost the beginning of the third week, because by the time I got started with the recording, the new day has started. So for this reason, I'm doing my dailies. And talking about doing my dailies, what is important in Etheria is that you collect the resources from wherever you have. You also climb to the level where there is enough time to climb. You keep on hoarding your mental stabilizers so that once the 2x event comes, it can be this week, it can be next week, it can be whenever, you will be able to farm everything that you need for modules, XP, as well as the power-ups. Because 2x obviously gives you double drop. So this is the strategy, and for this reason the second week, at least for me, was super calm. A lot calmer than normally. And I needed that very much because I didn't have time at all to strategize, to decide which units to use. Now, I still pulled the two new units that are regular SSRs, and I'm quite hopeful that I'll be able to build Kokardi. I also became effectively weaker by this week, by the end of this week, than by day 7. And you may ask, like, how come that I become weaker? It doesn't make any sense that I become weaker, because if you have the first week got strong enough, then you have the second week, and then you got weak, and you must be doing something wrong, don't you? And actually the rules of the game say something else. The only reason why I became weaker is that I got back all the perfect lattices from Lian. And right now I'm sitting on a horde of perfect lattices. I don't even know how many, but it's at or above 10. And I will still need to invest those somewhere. So if you check out Lian, there is the Animus part. Let's check out Lian. You see the prowess. Right now she's back to where she was, with 2 dupes because these were missions. I have 12 perfect lattices at the moment. Should I give them to Lian, to Plume, to Kokardi, to Freya, to Tsukiyomi, or to someone else? I will have to decide based on the numbers and based on what I want to achieve. I am not rushing, and I am not maxing out the mental stabilizer refresh either, because I will need the Hydra crystals for future pulls as well, maybe, so I won't overinvest in this before the 2x event starts. Maybe the 2x event in the morning I will do a max refresh, and once the 2x event starts I will do a max refresh again. Not necessarily at the start, but on the day and on the day after. So this is what I'm gonna do. Also upgrades, you see that I'm accumulating the Etheria coin currency, because frankly it's just Hell 2. The real juice is at Hell 3 and below. Now I'm gonna be able to reach Hell 3 even now if I use the perfect lattices, but right now there is no need for it, because I will get it done in the remaining 2 weeks. If you check my mental stabilizers, how many do I have? 61. There you go, 61. So I will strategize, and I will figure out what to strengthen, and the vast majority of my module farming is gonna happen during the 2x event. It's not gonna happen today, it's not gonna happen tomorrow. Well, maybe tomorrow I will be able to already buy if it's on this Saturday, I don't know. But it's definitely not gonna happen today. This is why I'm doing all this. And by the way, I didn't have time at all, so that's the other reason. This is quite strategic. So Doki Doki I'm at Hell 1, Aurora I'm only at Nightmare 3. Not much changed with respect to yesterday. The only thing that changed, and there actually I'm quite happy with the progress, is Green Pursuit, because I need to farm Green Pursuit right now. And you see that in Green Pursuit it doesn't matter much if you're at Hell or at Inferno. Maybe there are better jobs at Inferno with like triple 3x3 module matrix enhancements, but right now I'm fine with Hell Nikonana, I'm fine with Hell Sharon, and Shadow Flame Hoyon and the last one is gonna happen. I will have enough time to build enough shells for the last 2 weeks, basically, because there is gonna be a 2x event and there is gonna be a no 2x event. Now, inventory. Inventory is the other part that is important, because in the inventory you can see like, well, fine, modules, shells, that's easy. Materials, let's see, I can 5-star another unit, so basically starring is important, and I don't have enough of this resource right now. And in the events I got some reconfig chips, so that I'll be able to use it on future shells. With the consumables themselves, I still have the SSR selector. Most likely it's gonna be Lily, but just in case I pull the Lily, then I would have a problem, because I don't want a duplicate Lily. I would then in that case rather get either Messiah or someone else. I have 2 other options as well, but for this reason I'm still leaving this on. And same with the mental stabilizers, same with the Ascension encryption box. That well, it doesn't really matter. I'm not using any of these units, by the way. These fragments I could use straight away, so it's you do the maximum in live arena, obviously. That's gonna be a competition anyway. And I pulled the red anima prototype as well. Now, talking about fragments, I have 21 of these right now, so 13th one is on the way. I will do my best to get a bit more in the future in this week's events. And Lian doesn't matter, because by the time the 30 days are reached, basically I won't have been able to collect all 50. In fact, I should have been at 14 right now, but I'm not, because I had to miss 3 days because I'm not in the best union. But being in the best union doesn't matter much either. It matters a bit for some of the events, but that's all basically. So progress is okay. It's not extraordinary. It's the best that I could do since last week. And whenever you have this type of compromise, it's fine to just relax for a week, because this is not the deciding week. Would I be better off if I went full out and went to Hell 4 and went to even beyond it? Well, possibly yes, but then it would have required quite a lot of time investment, and I cannot afford it right now. So in this case, this is the best thing that I can do. And then the rest is observation, placing my chips in one specific place, and then just executing the rest of the strategy for the remainder of the 2 weeks. That's it. This is the strategy, and it's quite fun to also try out a new account. Now, one thing is that there was a 7-day commission, and week 2 had a second part of the 7-day commission. I was so much ahead in the first week of the 7-day commission that I could essentially complete everything for the second week without exception, by just playing the game, and that's it. There was one mission that was a bit tricky, when I had to win 14 arena battles, I think, or complete 14 arena battles on day 5. But hey, you have 3 days for it. You don't have to complete the mission on the same day when you get them. You just have to complete all the missions by the end of day 14. And that's something that I did. And the reward was 1 SSR unit. Unfortunately, it was Chloros. And 1 perfect lattice. That was quite good. This is the status. I'll come back with an update in 1 week.